You're not missing the red flags. You're choosing not to see them because being alone feels worse. You reread their text like clues in a mystery. You make excuses you don't even believe anymore. And deep down, you know something is off, but you stay anyway. 7. Loneliness makes you as blind to red flags. Loneliness doesn't just hurt. It changes how you think. When you've been alone for a while, your brain starts prioritizing connection over clarity. It lowers the bar, not because you're weak, but because you're human. You start focusing on potential instead of reality. You cling to small moments of attention like they mean more than they actually do. And here's the tricky part. Loneliness doesn't scream. It whispers. It tells you, at least they text back sometimes. At least you're not alone tonight. Maybe they'll change. So instead of asking, is this healthy? You start asking, is this better than nothing? That's how red flags turn into quirks. That's how inconsistency becomes, they're just busy. That's how you end up emotionally investing in someone who isn't really investing in you. You're not blind. You're just tired of being alone. Red flag number 1, inconsistent communication. Let's start with one of the biggest ones. They text you nonstop for 2 days, then disappear for a week. They respond fast sometimes, then suddenly take hours or days. There's no rhythm, no reliability, no sense of stability. You're constantly guessing where you stand. One day, it feels like they're really into you. The next, it feels like you imagined everything. Example, you spend all weekend talking, laughing, feeling connected. Then Monday comes and suddenly, silence. You check your phone. Again, and again, and again. Why do lonely people ignore this? Because inconsistency still feels like something. And when you're lonely, something feels better than nothing. You hold on to the good days. You replay them in your mind. You tell yourself, see, they do care. But here's the truth. Consistency is not too much to ask for. It's the bare minimum. If someone truly values you, you won't feel like you're chasing their attention. You won't feel confused. And if you're constantly wondering how they feel, that's your answer. TV flag number 2. They only show up when it say convenient for them. They text late at night. They cancel plans last minute. They only reach out when they're bored, lonely, or need something. And somehow you're always available when they call. You adjust your schedule. You make space. You show up. But they don't do the same for you. Example, you suggest meeting up earlier in the week and they're busy. But suddenly, at 10 p.m. on a Friday, they're free. And somehow you say yes. Why do lonely people ignore this? Because attention feels like validation, even if it's inconsistent, even if it's one-sided, even if it's clearly on their terms. You tell yourself, at least they thought of me. But what you're really accepting is being an option, and that slowly chips away at your self-worth. You deserve to be someone's priority, not their backup plan. RED flag number 3. You feel anxious, not excited. This one is subtle but powerful. When you think about them, you don't feel calm. You don't feel secure. You feel anxious. You overthink your messages. You analyze their tone. You worry about saying the wrong thing. Being around them doesn't feel safe. It feels like a test. Example, you see their name pop up on your phone, and instead of smiling, your stomach drops. You immediately start wondering, what do they want now? Why do lonely people ignore this? Because anxiety can feel like attraction. It's intense, it's consuming. It keeps you thinking about them all the time. But that's not connection. That's emotional instability. Real connection feels steady. It feels safe. It doesn't leave you second-guessing yourself. If someone makes you feel like you have to earn their attention, that's not love. That's stress. Red flag number 4. They never make future plans with you. You talk, you text, you spend time together, but everything stays in the present. No plans next month. No discussions about trips. No, let's do this together later. It's always right now. Example, you bring up something simple like going to a concert next month and they avoid the conversation. They say, let's see, or change the subject. Why do lonely people ignore this? Because the present feels good enough. You think, maybe they just need time. You hope things will naturally progress. But people who see a future with you talk about it. They make plans. They include you. They create something to look forward to. If someone keeps you in the present only, It's often because they don't see you in their future. And that's a hard truth. But it's better than wasting months or years waiting for something that's not coming. Red flag number 5. Your Ephraim's A and F family have concerns. This one is uncomfortable. The people who love you start noticing things. They ask questions. They express concern. And instead of listening, you get defensive. Example, your friend says, "I don't like how they treat you." And you immediately respond with, "You don't understand them." Why do lonely people ignore this? Because admitting they're right means facing the truth. And the truth is scary. It means letting go. It means being alone again. It means starting over. So instead, you protect the relationship, even when it's hurting you. But here's the thing. The people who care about you are not trying to take something away from you. They're trying to protect you. And sometimes they see what you can't because they're not emotionally attached. If multiple people who love you are concerned, it's worth paying attention. Red flag number 6. You make all the effort. You initiate the conversations. You plan the dates. You check in. You try to keep things going. If you stop putting in effort, everything would probably fade. Example, you decide to pull back for a few days to see what happens. And suddenly, there's silence. No messages, no effort from them. Why do lonely people ignore this? Because effort feels like control. You think, if I just try harder, this will work. You believe you can fix it, improve it, build it. But relationships are not one-sided projects. You shouldn't have to carry the entire connection on your own. If someone wants you, they will show up. Not sometimes. Not when it's easy. But consistently. And if you're the only one trying, you're not building a relationship. You're maintaining an illusion. Red flag number 7. You feel worse about yourself around them. This is the most important one. Pay attention to how you feel, not just what they say. Do you feel confident, or do you feel insecure? Do you feel valued, or do you feel like you're not enough? Example, after spending time with them, you start questioning yourself, your appearance, your worth, your personality. Why do lonely people ignore this? Because they've already started believing they don't deserve better. Loneliness can slowly lower your standards, not just for others, but for yourself. You start accepting behavior you never would have tolerated before. But the right person doesn't make you feel smaller. They don't make you doubt yourself. They make you feel seen, appreciated, safe. If someone consistently makes you feel worse, they are not your person. Quick pause here. If this is hitting a little too close to home, that's okay. You're not alone in this. And if you want more honest conversations like this about relationships, self-worth, and emotional clarity, make sure you subscribe. Because we're not just talking about what's wrong, we're figuring out how to do better. The real cost of ignoring red flags. Ignoring red flags doesn't just waste your time. It changes how you see yourself. Every time you accept less than you deserve, you reinforce the belief that that's all you're worth. You start shrinking. You start settling. You start losing parts of yourself. And the longer you stay, the harder it becomes to leave. Because now it's not just about them. It's about the time you've invested, the hope you've built, the version of the relationship you've imagined. But staying in the wrong situation doesn't bring you closer to the right one. It just keeps you stuck. What do instead? 3 actionable steps. So what do you actually do? Not just in theory, but in real life. 1. Start paying attention to patterns, not moments. Anyone can be amazing for a day or a week. What matters is consistency. Instead of focusing on the highlights, look at the overall pattern. How do they show up over time? That's the truth. 2. Ask yourself one honest question. If I met this person today, knowing everything I know now, would I still choose them? No excuses. No, but maybe. Just honesty. Your answer will tell you everything. 3. Get comfortable with being alone. Just a little. You don't need to love being alone overnight. But you do need to stop fearing it so much that you accept anything to avoid it. Because when you're okay on your own, you stop settling. You start choosing better. Not out of desperation, but out of self-respect. Conclusion. If you saw yourself in this video, that doesn't mean you failed. It means you're human. We all want connection. We all want to feel chosen. But the goal isn't just to be with someone. It's to be with someone who treats you right. And that starts with you deciding you're no longer okay with less. In the next video, we're going to talk about something even deeper. Why we miss toxic people, even when we know they were bad for us. Because that part, that's where real change begins. Make sure you're here for that.